And welcome back to the Crypto Program. Got a great one lined up for you today. Are we going to predict what's going to happen? Clarity's Act and all that stuff. Look, everybody. Fuck no. Okay. Here's the brokey mentality, and they're all just waiting. They're waiting to see, and they're talking about on their channels what's going to happen. Oh, I predict XRP is going to go here. I predict da-da-da-da, and all the dumb shit. Let me tell you something. On Crypto Hulk Show, we don't care. Crypto Hulk, millionaire mindset. Let's get on the same mindset, okay? The millionaire mindset. What we do on Crypto Hulk Show is what I've done for like the past 41 years of my life. I figure out in my head, what do I want to do? When I was 15 in 1985, I started lifting weights 6 days a week, 2 hours a day for the next 41 years. At 15 years old and a half, I had a motor scooter license. I had a car license. And most of the time I drove around on a motor scooter. I'd leave the house early in the morning to go to school, 15 and a half years old. Drive off on the motor scooter. I'd come home, whatever, 10 o'clock at night. No problem with the parents. Nothing. No drug use. No kinds of dumb shit. I had a job at Denny's at 16. Actually, it was 16. I got the motor scooter at 15 and a half. Couldn't really drive it at night until 16. Okay, so 1986. April 86. Crypto Hulk was mature. Went to school. Did my homework. Worked 20 hours a week at Denny's, had a motor scooter. Mother and father never questioned anywhere I went. I had Christian friends, good people. Some friends weren't Christian, it didn't matter. I was basically a good kid. Wanted to grow up and be a bodybuilder. Didn't realize I didn't have the genetics or the doctors and the pharmacology to get that done. But nonetheless, I stayed true to what I wanted to do. I kept working out. It took me like 3 years, 3 to 4 years before I started getting some good size. Maybe 3. 3 years of working out 6 days a week, 2 hours a day for 3 years. I just did it. Read the magazines. Did my absolute best, put the millionaire mindset in my head. All those 3 years, I started when I was about 150 pounds lifting weights. I was a freshman when I graduated, about 150. Senior, I was I was lean. I was a lean 225 pounds as a senior. 6'1", no fat at all, really. Gained 75 pounds in 3 years. Solid weight. Went off to community college after that. Not once stopped by my parent. I could just come and go as I want. They already knew this kid is driven with vision and guts and intention. And that's pretty much the story of my life. Along the way, I've made some bad decisions and this and that. We all have. That's called life. You learn from them. Sometimes you have to make the same mistake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then you finally learn. That's how I run my program. Now I'm much older. Here we are 41 years later, 56 years old. Still, the alarm's going off. 5:30 a.m., roll out of bed at 6. Start my day as Crypto Hulk. Start my show. Best way to start my day is to show you guys how to make money in crypto. Do the deep dive, show you all the stuff they don't want you to see. I already knew when I started this channel in 2020, they shadow banned me right from the first 3 weeks. Within week 0 to week 3, I had 8,500 subscribers. In my top chat on my 3rd week, I had probably 800 people, 700 to 800 in my top chat at any given time. The top chat would go, it would be going up the whole time. Right now, it just sits. Now I got a private show. But at that point, I already determined I'm not going to sell out. and not tell you what the truth is. Now, along the way, I've had to make money. I'm not doing this shit 60 hours a week for free unless you want to pay all my bills and all my expenses. And whenever I want to go somewhere, you pay for all this shit. Then, so either way, I'm going to make money on this because I got to. Well, like what? I'm going to spend 60 hours a week. How do I pay my fucking bills? That says all the brokies. Go watch another channel. Okay, go watch another. I don't need dumb shit people on this channel. That's how my show is. You know, I got the $200 Crypto Hulk Millionaire Club, Millionaire Mindset. We're going to have private videos, maybe starting in about a month. Right off the top, you have access to calling Crypto Hulk. We can square away all your questions. Crypto Hulk, should I swap this and that for whatever? Crypto Hulk, what do you think? What do you have? What did you swap this week? This and that. We're at a point where the Clarities Act is going to be voted on maybe tomorrow. Maybe they'll piss it off. And then, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't give a shit about no Clarities Act. I don't. That shit does not concern me. I don't even care. You see, what I do is I march to the beat of my own drum. And I have since I was 15. I've done what I want, when I want, how I wanted. I've got rewards, punishment, and all that. I've got fired from about at least one law enforcement job, not saying which one and for what. But if I felt something was wrong, at this one probation department, I told the chief to go fuck himself and have the assistant chief watch. That didn't go over too well while I was on probation, so I ended up getting fired. Again, zero fucks given. If I'm thinking I got to do something, I got to do it. That's just how it is. I get the rewards and I pay the penalties. That's how it is with my channel. I'm not changing just to get views or whatever, more money and have 1 million followers. Fuck it, dude. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do on this channel, and I have for 6 years. It's not going to change. No one will tell me, oh, you used to do this, you used to do that. How about you shut the fuck up and start your own channel? That's what you can do, because nobody really wants your opinion. You can have your own show, but then everyone see how much of a fuck up you are and probably wouldn't want to watch your program anyway. So anyhow, I love walking into a Hulk story. What? You want to go speak at a max prison? I don't know what that's all about. Look, I used to work all in law enforcement and shit in the court system and for the office of the Supreme Court of the state where I lived. I'm tired of doing, I'm not tired of doing it. I could do it again, but it's like I've proven all my shit. I already proven how awesome I am when I put my mind to something. Whatever I've done brilliantly. Even sometimes I've done some illegal shit brilliantly. Because I'm here today, right? And I'm not all cuffed up. So obviously I did that shit brilliant as well. But what we're talking about today is the Clarities Act. And whenever that passes, see, on this channel, we were pumping and dumping most all last year. And it was brilliant. It was fun. Okay. This year, it's a whole new game. This is our real world use case. All the speculators left. You guys and me, we were buying crypto. The good stuff, I'd be talking about it. They were calling me on the phone, and Crypto Hulk was walking you along this whole way. You'd call me with some cool shit. I'd put it on my program. Some of you guys invested in the cool shit, then said, hey, Crypto Hulk, put this on the show. Then you made money? Fine. I don't fucking care. I invest in a good crypto. You can invest in something, and you say, hey, Crypto Hulk, show everybody this, and then you make money off it, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I buy good crypto. I look at all the connections, everything on it. And that's what we do on this channel. I don't give a fuck. Right now, everything is so cheap. It's like 75% off. I don't care about this Clarities Act. I'm worried right now that these crypto prices will go up. And then instead of HBAR being 9 cents or whatever, it's going to be like 50, 60, 70 cents for an HBAR. See, here's the thing with you. The problem is the brokey mentality. All this time, these crypto prices were so cheap. You weren't a Crypto Hulk member. You weren't calling me up. These people were getting all these loans. They were calling me a Crypto Hulk. One guy's like, the other day, Crypto Hulk, I got $5,000. I need help spending it. Let's go shopping. That is so much fucking fun when I can help somebody pick out cryptos and they got 1, 2, 3, all prices. One guy's like, he's got $500. Another guy, it's fun to help people spend money on crypto. I love it. It's like me buying it. But it's yours because I know I've done all this work and you're going to call me and we're going to pick shit out. It's fun. I love it. I don't mind. If you got $500, one guy bought some shit and didn't tell me. And I'm like, man, that's part of the fun of doing this job. He bought some shit and he's going to have to return it. I said, look, next time before you do something, just call me, dude. That's why you're paying me. Okay. Now I got the Crypto Hulk Millionaire Mindset Club. Call me up. I'll help you spend it. I'll give you ideas on stuff. You're the one who's going to pull the trigger. A lot of these guys and gals who are Crypto Hulk, what should I do? This one lady gave me a question. I'm like, man. Then this one dude today made me doubt my purchase that I made. I'm not going to say. I made a rather large purchase of a crypto. Today I talked to this guy and he's like, well, what about this one? And I looked it up. I'm like, oh, shit. That one's amazing. Maybe I should have bought that one. But no. But it made me think. I'm like, fuck, should I flip that at Caleb Brown? I was like, man, I sure hope I'm doing the right thing, which I am. But so the Crypto Hulk channel has me up almost 30% on one token. Starts with a K. Camino. Look, I'm telling you what, all these cryptos we got, don't worry, man. Don't trip. If it's on my show, like if I'm excited about a crypto, look, I'll report crypto. Okay, look, every crypto that goes on my show is good. At some point, cryptos go bankrupt. We can't predict any of that shit. That's why I say don't have just 10. Have like 15 to 20 cryptos because you might have 3, 4, 5 cryptos that just pass out from heart failure, okay? So have about 20. Get your memberships. One guy today called me up and said, Crypto Hulk, I need you to look up this crypto. I'm thinking about dumping it. I looked it up. We talked about it, and he's going to dump it, okay? My job that I love is to do my best research. You call me up because now time is crucial. These brokies, they're like all worried about shit. Like, oh, cryptos are down. I'm like, this is the best time. When this Clarity Act comes in, your stupid ass is priced out. All these people that got out of crypto, all these people that have so much doubt and worry and, oh, God, crypto, everything's just so boring. Man, I've been buying the fuck out of these cryptos. I got one guy who all of his retirement shit is in crypto. Whew, that's a gutsy move. He's got a lot. This dude, he's either going to end up hero or zero. But this dude's got some good numbers. Nothing crazy right now, but like, maybe a couple hundred G's in crypto. I'm like, fuck. But he's like, that's my retirement shit. I'm like, wow, you really doing that? I'm like, man, you got fucking balls the size of bowling balls. That's bigger than Crypto Hulk. But I hedge my shit. I've got money in gold, silver. This Clarities Act, I don't give a fuck. Look, these people that became members, we've been buying crypto that's cheap. We realize we are almost the people, the members here. I had one guy tell me, I don't want this Clarities Act to pass. I need 3 more months, Crypto Hulk. I need 6 more months. I'm like, I kind of understand. So look, I'm not concerned. If the Crypto Clarities Act passes, brilliant. See, I want you to see how I'm so unemotional with crypto. If the Clarities Act passes, great. My portfolio will probably do a 4X. The problem is I can't really be buying anymore because I'm going to spend a lot of money and get a little bit of crypto. See what I mean? So that's kind of like my dilemma. Remember, I took off May 2020 from buying crypto up until January of 25. That's like 4.5 years. That's when I got hooked up with Caleb Brown. Then I started buying crypto again because I get the commission stuff. All right. Before then, it's just gold and silver coins. I'd save up, whatever time it took, buy a coin, save up, buy some silver coins, and back and forth for like 4.5 years. Then, because I knew nothing was happening in crypto. This shit's like a quagmire. So I'm like, fuck it. So I just started buying gold and silver because I knew gold and silver would go up first. And it's done brilliantly. I knew crypto would rise last. And I knew I'd make the money on the gold. Now gold's going to hit 10, 15,000 an ounce. That's what I've been saying since 2020. Maybe it hits 20, 30, 40. That's what Grok's saying. So at Crypto Halt channel, some of you guys have been members, and you call me up, the $500 club, that's now over. I'll still honor everybody's 3 months. But now we're starting a new wave, everybody. With this Clarity Act coming, some of you guys are going to end up millionaires. I got one guy who's on the $500 club who has $350,000 right now in XRP. Oh, shit. He used to have like 1.3 million, like up 7-8 months ago. Then when XRP was hitting 370, 380, this dude had like $1.3 million in XRP. And I'm like, dude, that is so awesome. I started busting up laughing. Like, I'm happy for him. It is. I'm that kind of a person. I'm not having a pissing contest with people. I want to it's kind of like, I love it when I can see all these other people getting super fucking rich, or I could see this person who's a massive brokey come up and have $500,000 in a portfolio or $1 million. Like, I take pride in that shit. That's why when I was a probation officer in parole, I took pride in how fast I could rehabilitate an offender in like half the time. I love that shit. I want that person to go off and be productive and make money, have a family, hold a relationship, work hard. That's why I do the fucking cold plunge. That shit is fucking hard. It's fucking painful for 9 minutes. I'm going through fucking shit for 9 minutes, trying to just ignore pain and just deal with what I got to deal with. All this negative shit comes in your head. You just want to pop out of the cold plunge. Nope. I just get in there and lock in and just fucking boo, just the pain that I'm going through. I don't take no easy route. The easy route's always the longest route, and then you end up all kinds of fucked up, and then you have to do the hard route anyway. Okay, I'm just telling you from experience. I've tried taking short paths in life and shortcuts. And you can get really, really fucked up if you get caught. So it's like, it's just, for me, I just want to do the right thing, and that's work hard and find the best cryptos for you guys and stuff. And that's what this show is about. That's why I'm starting the Crypto Hulk $1 Million Mindset, $1 Million Club, because this thing could take off. Okay. Some of you guys will become millionaires from watching my program. That's the whole point is Millionaire Club. They're not just we're not a cheerleading group. This is fucking reality. I mean, I don't know. You might be here just to watch the show for the joke. Some people say that it's fucking comedy on this program. I don't think it's comedy. It's more sarcasm than anything else. But sometimes, I guess if you're having a shitty day and you're watching me getting frustrated and pissed off and cuss, then maybe it's funny to you. I literally have people watch the show. They start off watching my program because sometimes I get a little bit mad at people and start telling them, get the fuck off my channel, you fucking cocksucker, whatever it is. And they eat their dinner after work. I got people that tell me that. Some of these people are very successful, millionaires and shit, telling me this stuff. They started watching my program just for all the carrying on and the cussing and the derogatory words and shit. They think it's fucking funny. And then they end up listening more and more. And they're like, hey, this guy actually makes sense. And then sometimes they're like, did Accenture really join Hedera and Ripple? Did BlackRock? Did JP Morgan? Sometimes you'll hear this when I read off a title. Did Connexus by JP Morgan, MasterCard, and Ripple complete the first cross-border, cross-bank redemption of tokenized U.S. treasuries? Yes, they did. These business guys that listen to me will look this shit up and they'll be like, damn, that son of a bitch, that crypto Hulk guy knows what he's talking about. Well, no shit. Why do they think these people are fucking paying me money? Because I don't know what I'm talking about? They're paying me money because they're not making money. They're getting wrecked on everything that I say, like BitBoy. No comment about BitBoy. Some people say all he did was peddle garbage. I have no idea. Because I don't watch scam programs, not mentioning names. So anyhow, welcome back to my show. Josh Walters, I first saw stolen clips of Crypto Hulk on TikTok almost 3 years ago. You being a dick is what made me say, hey, this dude is legit. I'm just telling the truth, man. Now, maybe I have a different way of saying it. We all have different ways of saying the truth, right? Or different ways people lie. Look, it is what it is. The program is what you want it to be. Mikey Gilbert, but I'm high, just rambling. I need 3 RV trips, then I'll join the $200 a month. Coasty says, I was talking to Coasty a few days ago when I was in Sacramento. I look forward every day to watching the Hulk because this is the Truth Channel, man. This show, I want to get started. It's fun talking to you guys and reading this shit. And that's what the show's about. I try to connect, and that's why I have the phone call shit. So I can see your name here. I can see your questions. The phone call brings a new element to this whole thing. But anyhow, let me get back to my work. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. None of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. Fuck no. I don't know anything about financial advice. I'm the worst person you could ever listen to for crypto or financial advice, mainly because all I know is how to score big fat sacks of Coke Rocks, okay? For the past 6 years I've done this program. I got kicked out of 5,000 drug rehabs. Everything on the show is fake. I stay high 24/7. Fuck yeah. I stay so high, I'm floating around the 36,000 foot level. Heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine use, LSD, Demerol, opium. Yeah, I like sticking opium up in the gums and shit like that. And doing all that fun stuff with drugs. Okay, if you ever listen to anything I say, Crypto Hulk Show is part of everyday life now. Yeah, I mean, it's just a place. My show is a place where you go to find news out. Let's start right here. Oh man, this is big. We all know, let me look right here. Ondo. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a link. This link, now, if you go on my posts section, go under my channel where it says posts, P-O-S-T-S, click on it. You'll see this right here. I'm going to show you this page. Ondo took it off the internet. They don't want people in America to see it. So there's a link right there. When you go to click on it, it's going to say, it's not going to let you see it. So what somebody did, not me, because I'm not trying to aid and advise you to do something illegal, okay? So what somebody did, and don't do this, wherever you're at, don't do this. Get a VPN, set your VPN to Colombia, and then this article will pop up. This article used to be on Ondo's website. They took it down for the United States in certain areas. I wonder why they took it down. Now, you can go to my post section, and I made a video of that, and I moved it really slow. So if you're on a bigger screen, like I got this big Apple screen, it's got to be that big, just about as big as my head. My computer screen's big, and it's about that kind of big. It's like the bigger size screen. You could read that article. Ondo took it off their website for the United States, probably Canada, England, and shit like that. But I didn't show you how to view it, but you can just go to my post section and read it without having to do anything illegal. But that would be boring. It's always fun to do the illegal shit. So let me go over this article here. We went over this May 6th. This thing is what, 7 days old. A week ago, we went over this. This is when Ondo was pumping like crazy. Okay. You guys, I want you to understand something here. This is so massive. Okay, now we got to go to work. Now I got to show you how to get rich, okay? We have some fun. We chit-chat and talk and bullshit. You guys can keep doing that. I got to go to work to earn some money. So now you got Ondo. When Ondo came out, everyone's like, oh, Ondo is so huge. Now, BlackRock, let's back this up. BlackRock and Ondo. Let me show you the article real quick. BlackRock and Ondo. That thing takes up the whole screen. Okay. There's an article here. Okay, BlackRock is the world's biggest investment company, and they hooked up. Okay, how about BlackRock and Biddle? Let's see if I can pull this article up. Here's where it all started. What I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the trickle-down effect, everybody. Tonight's show is the trickle-down effect of crypto. My computer, probably the VPN thing is, let me turn that off because now it's affecting. Okay, here is the Ondo and Biddle right here. I want you to see something here. I'm trying to make my case. What we got is this. BlackRock USD, Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. That's Biddle. BlackRock, here's Biddle, B-U-I-D-L. BlackRock US dollar, Institutional Digital Liquidity, and then Fund. That's Biddle. That's what it means. BlackRock started this, and they utilized, I'm the one who showed you guys, this is awesome. I'm the one that showed you, no other channel, that BlackRock and Biddle, BlackRock has this Biddle, and then later I showed you, nobody else, they're using Ondo. That's another article I showed you right there. Meanwhile, these other channels are supposed to have aggressively average content. So what I'm showing you, no other channel has a fucking clue. For 3 months, I told you the BlackRock Biddle is Ondo with Axelar and Ripple. No other channels talk about that shit. 3 months later, guess what? Ripple announced. Ripple made an announcement. And guess what? All these fake ass channels were announcing, oh, BlackRock's using Ripple. And all you guys watching Crypto Hulk for 3 months are like, really? You guys just found that out on your channel. Because Crypto Hulk, we were talking about Ondo when it first hit the scene around 8 cents, 8 cents. Then it went up to like $1.40. Yeah, that all happened on Crypto Hulk channel. None of the other ones. So right here, this article, now I gotta have to hook up that VPN again and turn it on to Colombia. Article here, Ondo which is, you got Ondo, Connexus by JP Morgan. So I showed you the BlackRock, okay? BlackRock was king of the hill. They're the number one. Remember the pecking order. King of the hill. BlackRock first got hooked up. Ondo, Axelar, Ripple, okay? BlackRock gets hooked up first. Now look what I got right here in this article. This is the trickle-down effect. Next in the pecking order is JP Morgan. So now Ondo works with JP Morgan now. Number 2. MasterCard, and who else is involved in this? Ripple. Oh my God. You're seeing the trickle down here. It completes the first cross-border, cross-bank redemption of U.S. tokenized treasuries. You want to know something? The average brokey. See, Ondo took this off their website. They don't want people to see this. Now, let me show you how fucking stupid people are, okay? Here's why I don't give a fuck what happens with this Clarity Act, whatever, tomorrow. Probably nothing's going to happen. They're going to postpone that shit till January. Okay. The brokies, this article gets put out. The brokies do this. Whoop. Well, the price of XRP is not going up. I don't think I'm going to buy any. That's how they think. They have no idea about dark pools. Oh, what? Crypto Hawk was showing you all that. Nobody else. Dark pools and private ledgers on the Mt. Gox website, 2010. Jed McCaleb, Ripple founder. Ripple's been doing this from day one. Using dark pools and private ledgers to hide the cost. That Ripple has set up prices. These places are not buying the XRP that you're buying it at. The prices, okay? So the brokies, look, they hear the news. Ondo and Connexus by JP Morgan, MasterCard, and Ripple. Then like, but the XRP's not going up. Oh, well, that means I don't buy it. They obviously haven't watched Crypto Hulk channel. Do you know the value of XRP? That's why I bought it. I've done shows where I said XRP might hit $100,000. I have no idea. I don't know how they're going to do all this. There's so much shit that we don't. They could burn up they could burn up 36 billion XRP right now. They look. I don't. All I know, it's not going to work at $1.30 or $1.50. XRP won't work at $5, 10, 20, 50, 100. I see XRP actually working at about $500 to $1,000. That's what I see. I don't know about full real world use case, possibly, but maybe it can hit 10,000 even. I really don't know. I don't care. When I tell the Crypto Hulk millionaire mindset, I buy according to use case. I don't care what the cost is. XRP, I already bought all my XRP I need. Like 6 years ago, okay? When we talk on the phone, when you guys call me up, I'm going to talk to you about real world use case cryptos, okay? Duke XRP. If you're trying to get the millionaire mindset, you might want to ask for a refund. If you want to buy the XRP, the Crypto Hulk Millionaire Club, you got to click on like the membership levels. I have a $9.30 one, a $13.50 one, and then it's for $200. So thank you very much if that's a donation. But if you wanted the millionaire mindset, you're going to have to get a refund because that's not going to get you there. So I'll let you figure out what you want to do on that. But all of that millionaire stuff, if you click the money symbol, let's see what happens. Messaging, gifting, super chat. You'll have to ask where the memberships are. It's my channel, so I don't have a get your membership here section because I'm already a member. So you'll have to ask these people here, where do you get the memberships on my channel? But yeah, Duke XRP, right on for that. I'm in long time buyer. Let us go to this article here. So that's what we got. The ALGO connects us. JP Morgan. ALGO took this off their website, but I got it right there. You guys can look at it. Let's go to the next article. Now, what I have is a deep dive here. And let me look at my deep dive. May 6th, ALGO Finance and Ripple announced they had completed the world's first near real-time cross-border. So this was all done now with JP Morgan, not BlackRock. That shit was already done last year with BlackRock. Now JP Morgan got the permission from BlackRock, okay? That's how this goes. And then I'm going to show you what happens after JP Morgan, the trickle-down effect. Well, let's stay with this here. JP Morgan had this fund. It's a tokenized fund that gives accredited investors and qualified purchasers exposure to short-term U.S. treasuries. Let's see. Ripple redeemed a portion of OUSG holdings that were issued on the XRP ledger. What we got going on here is this. People that are brokies will read this article. They'll look at XRP, notice the XRP price doesn't go up, and then they walk away and think nothing. That's why these people will be completely destroyed. Right in front of people's faces. Here's where people are so at that level of chimpanzee mentality. You can show them massive news, and they have no concept of what it means. All they do is, if they can't see a price go up, obviously that doesn't mean anything. They don't understand. See, what you guys do is you watch my program. I teach everything on what you need to know, and you go out and buy shit because you see the value in it. Other people, they got 15 minutes to watch the show. They have no idea what they're talking about. They watch this crypto. XRP price doesn't go up. Well, okay. ALGO price will go up a little bit. Then people will dump it. And then a person who doesn't know shit will look, well, why is ALGO going down? Why is the price going down? These people have no idea. That's why you're all going to get crazy rich when you join the Cryptoholic Millionaire Club, the past programs with the $500 people. All you guys have so much education, so much training from Cryptoholic on this. You're going to be super rich. That's how this goes. These other people have no idea what you guys are doing. They could watch a program of mine and be like, well, all that guy does is just yell and scream. I don't learn anything on Cryptoholic program. Yeah. Okay, whatever, dude. So we break down, when we watch Cryptoholic show, I break down articles to where people that you have to want to learn. The reason I'm able to be successful at what I do is I do hard things. I work at something hours and hours after day after month, year after decade after decade. That's how I do stuff, man. Let me scroll through this. You got ALGO involved. MasterCard's multi-token network. MasterCard has a platform they've worked with Ripple to develop. That's where this multi-token network comes from. It's Ripple. JP Morgan connects us. It works. Everything's running on this ledger. Everything here we're talking about is running on the XRP ledger. Yes, MasterCard has its token. Yes, MasterCard has a crypto platform. Boom, they put it on the XRP ledger. JP Morgan, I don't care who the fuck made that connects us with JP Morgan. Where does it go? On top of the ledger. XLR goes on top of the ledger, the bridge. ALGO goes on top of the ledger, XRP ledger. Got it? Everything goes on top of the XRP ledger. Got it? That's how it's all interoperable. Brokies, they have no idea. If it ain't going up in a straight line forever. See, how people are going to end up brokey is that's dumb money, okay? What I do is I buy, and again, I told the $500 people and the $200 Cryptoholic Millionaire, I told them, I don't care what the price is. It does not affect me one bit. I don't buy according to price. See, that's the thing. That's how Cryptoholic channel is so different. People are like, well, you're not swapping or day trading. No, what are you talking? Why the fuck would you do that? See, what I'm doing is opposite of everybody else. I'm not buying today and selling tomorrow. Those days are over, man. That was 2025. This is a buy the best crypto and hold on to this shit because that's how you get rich. We're not trying to flip tomorrow. That's not what this channel is. You need to find another channel. That's what you need to do. One where you're going to end up on welfare and you'll have a support network, the 1-800, I feel like I want to blow my fucking head off. Can you help me? Okay, that's where you need to go, to one of those channels where you can have a support group. You know, all your friends are sitting on the curb snorting methamphetamines and shit in some alley. That's where you need to go. That's your support group for the future. But on this channel, I look at real world use case. I don't give a fuck what the price is. It doesn't matter. I show you what the connections are. Do they got banks, academia, government? Who's the advisors? Do they have colleges involved? Do they got governments involved? I look at all. I don't care what the fucking price is. That is irrelevant for brokies, okay? What my job is when you call me is we get you set up for success. I teach you how to think right. I show you the badass cryptos that are going to be bomb, and then we buy them and you get rich. That's how this works. I don't have a date and a time. You know why I'm not worried? Again, because I invest in real world use case. It goes back to that again. It's like a record. It just keeps going right back to the same thing. I don't care what the price is now, next week, next month, or whatever. Maybe not even next year. I buy according to real world use case and the connections and all that. Real world assets, that's all I care about. That's why I'm not worried at all. The Clarity Act doesn't pass. I'm not concerned. What am I doing? The same thing I've been doing. Buy cheap crypto, investigate, find cool shit, call people up, tell them which one. That's what I'm doing. The Clarity Act to me is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Eventually, who's ever controlling the world flips the switch and I'm rich at that point. Then I stop. Okay, all done, priced out. I'll go to my computer. XYO crypto goes from 0.004 cents. Next thing I look, it's like $1.50. Okay, I'm done. Priced out. Crypto Hulk show's over. That's how it works, man. Let's look here. Quote from the executives. I'm kind of just going through a little grok. Ondo Finance was, so now we're learning. I asked Grok, you know, kind of like, why did Ondo take this article off their website? They don't want you to see it. You know, doesn't that tell you something? I asked Grok. Grok says, yes, it appears the article is restricted for U.S. visitors. Oh, damn. Ondo Finance's website has strong geo restrictions, especially for users in the United States. This is common for platforms dealing with tokenized U.S. treasuries, like OUSG, because of strict U.S. security regulations. Many products on the Ondo global market. You notice how Ondo's coming out of the United States, but we can't even fucking buy it unless you meet certain categories. Isn't that kind of weird? You have to kind of question, why are they not allowing Americans to learn about it or see it or buy it? Isn't that kind of odd? It's almost as if America's trying to be last. But Crypto Hulk, you've been telling us that for 6 years, we're going to be last. Kind of looks like Crypto Hulk was right this whole time, huh? Yes, it does. Yabba dabba do. Ondo Finance's website has strong geo protections. This is common for platforms. Many products on their site, like the Ondo Global Markets, are explicitly labeled not available in the United States. OUSG is only available to accredited investors and qualified purchasers. They don't want brokies like us to become rich. That's what this is all about. I want you to look at your political party. What political party out there does not want you to buy crypto? They're making it really tough. They always vote no. It's all the Democrats. I'll answer the question for you. That one's not rhetorical. If your butt hurt and get off the channel, I really don't fucking care at this point anymore. I stopped caring about 6 years ago when I started the channel. But Crypto Hulk, you're going to lose viewers. That's the whole point. Exactly. Fucking you're a genius, aren't you? Using a VPN to access the Ondo site violates their terms of service. Do you think I really give a fuck what Ondo's terms of service are? Ondo explicitly bans circumvention of geographic restrictions. They can keep sucking big fat dicks at Ondo. I have a zero fucks given threshold over on this channel. They obviously haven't heard about Crypto Hulk. So what people have to do is go to this PR Newswire. So here's PR Newswire to read the article if you want to read it on your own. Ondo is being like a big bitch and not letting us go on their website unless you have a VPN. There's Matt. Matt says, thanks, Hulk. Member for 36 months. We got 46, JDMA. I want to see Zoltar wearing the meth lipstick. We're going to have to work on that one. He's kind of like funny about trying, even though he's a man, trying to like look like a woman. AJ Singh, member for 40 months. Another awesome show, Hulk. Thank you very much for that there, buddy. Robert Tech. Let me see what the last name is. I got to go. Robert Teckenrod. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. For Zoltar's drug habit. Thank you very much. $50. Nice. He sent one before. It was $20. He gave money so I can get Zoltar and Chucky some drugs. Then we got the Duke XRP man. That's a big fat one there. Let's see if I missed anybody. MMR 5402, member for 44 months. Oh, damn, that's almost like 4 years. Hulk keeps it real. Well, that's what we do here. You got that right there, buddy. Where are we at? 47 minutes? Okay. Now I will, let me look here, see what we got. Let me click out of that. The PR Newswire. Okay, now the final trickle down. Now there's a bunch of banks. Look, I told you how this would work, and I'm right. Okay, let me go back and repeat what I've been saying. Oh, I don't know, for the past few years now. First, you're gonna have BlackRock. They're gonna get all their shit done. Then underneath BlackRock will say, okay, you can go next, and who's ever underneath them can go to the next, then it goes. See, that's what I'm saying. And I'm right so far, aren't I? This is exactly what happened. I just showed you how BlackRock got all this shit done. Then it's JP Morgan's turn. Probably underneath them, it's going to be B of A, I think Charles Schwab would be next, okay? It's all happening just like I said, exactly just like this. Now, all the little banks and the credit unions, we got 2 credit union cryptos. We're going to talk about very briefly Metallicus and Bank Social. They do come up in the Grok search. Oh my God, Crypto Hulk, you fucking called this shit. I don't know everything, but I try to act like it. Let's look right here. Here's the article. The United States House votes to cut red tape for smaller banks. Everybody, just like I said, it starts at the top, trickles down from the biggest, like BlackRock, to the next smallest, boom, 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 boom. Then we hit, what did I tell you at the end? What did I tell you at the end? Then it's all the smaller banks and credit unions at the end, because there ain't no Bank Social. There ain't no Metallicus gonna take off before BlackRock. Here's another thing I've been telling you. You're not going to get rich in crypto until all the American Wall Street banks, the Wall Street investment companies, the banks and all that, they're going to be all set up. They're all going to get crazy rich. And then somehow they're going to allow you and me to get our little slice of heaven. Okay. That they're going to be fighting it all the way, everybody. Some of you are under the assumption that everything's going to be, oh, we're all going to be rich. Look, they're going to try to prevent us from being as rich as, I'm telling you. Let's read the article. They're working their way all the way down to the tiny little banks and the tiny little credit unions, okay? Remember when the people first joined Crypto Hulk $500 Club in February? If you're a $500 member, don't say nothing. Bank Social was one of those cryptos I said, you need to get this right now. Because when these crypto laws take off, Bank Social is a tiny little crypto and it's going to end up going. Okay. I was telling you that 3 months ago. Looks like it's all starting to come true. The House of Representatives, who controls the House? Definitely the Republicans. That's why all this is going through. The House of Representatives passed bills Tuesday. Listen to this, May 12th. That's yesterday. May 12th, yesterday. The House Republicans pushed through, and it would tailor the supervisory requirements and reduce the frequency of examination for smaller financial institutions that are well managed and well capitalized. What does this basically mean, Crypto Hulk? That finally it's trickled down, just like I said, for all the small banks and the credit unions that I've been telling you about. We talked about a credit union crypto. I told you to get it. Okay, I talked about two of them actually, Metallicus and Bank Social. They were told this 3 months ago on the Crypto Hulk $500 program. 3 months ago, I started telling them, get ready. When this clarity thing comes, these credit union cryptos are going to rip. And there's two of them you need to invest in, okay? One of them you need to heavily invest in because it's cheap, and that's Bank Social. I was telling them that this 3 months ago. They're so ready. When you join the Crypto Hulk membership thing, you're fucking months in advance ready. You're almost bored, like, come on, Crypto Hulk, man. Quit telling me this shit. Why don't you just wait till like the day before? Tell me a week before, Crypto Hulk. You told me this 3 months ago, and I've been sitting around, fucking around, waiting for the shit to happen. If you're a small bank under $6 billion, it says here, if you're $6 billion or less, you qualify as a small bank, okay? And what happens is you have to be well managed, well capitalized, and then they're going to let you get into crypto. That's what it's saying right here. They would reduce the regulatory burden on the smaller banks. Look, let me tell you something. These little banks, they're no competition. That's why I said when you buy Bank Social, buy the fuck out of it, okay? Got to have at least $1 million Bank Social, okay? Because remember, these credit unions, they're not going to be worth a lot. The Metallicus and Bank Socials and shit, you've got to load the fuck up on these, okay? So that's what's up. If you watch Crypto Hulk, you're months in advance. The two bills right now in the House, they're going to the Senate, where the Democrats are going to probably try to destroy them, okay? One, it's called the SMART Act, Supervisory Modifications for Appropriate Risk-Based Testing. It's called the SMART Act. And that's going, which would tailor the supervisor requirements. It would allow small little banks to get crypto. I'm just basically telling you what it is. The SMART Act was sponsored by William Timmons of South Carolina. The bill would qualify institutions with $6 billion or less in assets these little banks could get exempted from maybe having to do so much holding in escrow monies and shit. They're going to make it easier for these small little banks and credit unions to have crypto. I did a deep dive on this. This article really doesn't say, let's go a little deeper in this. I asked Grok about this article and we break it down a little more because I knew there wasn't enough in that article. It's going to reduce. This SMART Act was just passed yesterday. It's looking like it's whatever's in the House under control of the Republicans. All this stuff looks great. And then it gets over to the Senate where the Democrats are, and they just totally destroy it. It's very interesting why they hate the country so much. You got, they want everybody bankrupt, and then we can all go on welfare and then just be fucking communist. I guess that's the whole goal. To chase all the business out of the countries, open the borders for all these stupid fucks that come in that are worthless to the United States. All they do is suck up welfare, and they start these Somali daycares and shit and just rip the fuck out of this country. That's what the Democrats seem to want. I don't know. I want to kick all these motherfuckers out. That's what I want to do. So you have the SMART Act and then the Trust Act. Okay, those are two. The SMART Act and then the Trust Act. They both reduce the examination frequency for qualifying smaller banks and credit unions. They do not, these two acts will not put Wall Street giant standards to little tiny banks, okay? Banks, Representative Timmons says banks and credit unions should serve communities, not navigate unnecessary Washington red tape. I like that. Representative Tim, both of these guys got to be Republicans. I have no idea, but they sound like they know what they're fucking talking about. So that's why they have to be Republicans. Tim Moore says this, Representative Tim Moore, small town banks should not be regulated like Wall Street giants. So now the Senate has to vote on the Clarities Act, the Trust Act, and the SMART Act. Smart ass. Okay, yes. William Timmons, Representative Timmons, is Republican out of South Carolina. That makes sense. What about Tim Moore? I know it, Republicans, because they make sense. They just make total fucking sense with crypto. All right. Let me scroll through. They have strong pro-innovation stance on blockchain and crypto. They want, both of these Republicans want the United States to become the crypto capital of the world. That's just amazing. These Republicans just make sense to me. Upcoming bill. So basically, we need bipartisan. In the United States, we got to have all the Democrats and all the Republicans vote on this. Listen to this. The American Bankers Association strongly applauds passage. It seems like you got right here, the American Bank Association wants these two to pass. The Trust Act and the SMART Act, the bankers want it to pass. Why are the Democrats shutting this down? Like, it doesn't even fucking make sense. All the Republicans and all the banks, including myself, want this shit to go through. Why are these motherfuckers fighting this shit so much? Red flags. Look, you're not going to hear crypto like I talk on any other channel. These motherfuckers are trying to kiss so much fucking ass to get viewership numbers. That's why I appreciate everybody on this fucking channel's got to be fucking hardcore to deal with facts. You got to be hardcore to deal with the fucking truth on this channel. All we have is facts and truth. I'm not kissing up to get views. These motherfucking Democrats are the fucking problem, okay? that is this article here. The bills are still early, and it says Senate pending. So we don't know if these things are going to pass just yet. I'm not holding my breath. I don't think it's ready to pass. I mean, I wish it would, but Ed 105, boys, nice chat today. So I talked with Ed earlier. He had questions about a certain crypto. We went over this and that. Should I buy this? Should I buy that? That's one of the benefits of being a Cryptoholic Millionaire Club is you just run stuff by. I said, don't spend none. Call me first. That's why you're paying me the money, right? $200 a month. Let me figure out. Lastly, here's my deep dive about that article here. The U.S. passes. I got another deep dive here. I asked Grok this question for the article. Grok, how would this article relate to Metallicus, which is MTL, Mary Thomas Lincoln, and the Bank Social BSL crypto? That's all I asked. I'm not trying to set Grok up. Here's the question again. Grok. So I show the article, and then I ask Grok, how would you relate to the Metallicus? How would you relate this article to Metallicus crypto and Bank Social? Here's what Grok says. The payments article you're referring to about the United States House. Okay. These aim to reduce regulatory burden for small, well-managed, and well-capitalized community banks and credit unions. They have to be having assets of less than $6 billion. The bills passed in the House. They're now on their way to the Senate, the Trust Act and the SMART Act, where the Democrats will probably try to flunk it and make them not pass because they want everybody to be fucking broke. Now, here's what Grok says. This regulatory relief directly relates to Metallicus token, which is MTL, which is metal ecosystem, and it directly relates to Bank Social. Everybody who's been in that $500 club, I've been telling you since February, right? Load the fuck up on either metal or Bank Social. Because right here, here's what Grok's saying. That article directly relates to Metallicus and Bank Social. Cryptoholic, thanks for keeping me 3 months in advance on this shit. Because both projects are explicitly built to serve exactly what this article's talking about. That's what Grok says. Community Metal and Bank Social are explicitly built to serve exactly this segment of community banks and credit unions. Ta-da! Grok is telling you right here exactly what the fuck to buy. They are compliant blockchains, compliant stablecoin and payment and digital asset infrastructure. Reduced examination burdens and tailored supervision lower the barriers and costs for these similar financial institutions. They're saying this, if this passes and it lowers all the barriers, get ready for those two cryptos I just told you. These small little banks, but these credit unions are coming in. That Metallicus and fucking Bank Social are going to rip, okay? I've been telling these $500 members for 3 months now. Now is your time. The $500 members are like, man, we've known about this for months, dude. That's what you get on Cryptoholic memberships, man. You find out months in advance. Now all of a sudden you see it in the news. I was talking about this shit 3 months ago, okay? I'm like, you better get that at least a fucking million Bank Social. I'm not telling you all the crypto shit. Then there's another smaller crypto. I said, you need to get 1 million of these. And then there's actually a third one, but I'm not going to talk about it because these people are paying good money for this shit. Then my Grok gets into breaking down what is metal, who started metal, Bank Social. Basically, the ex-Federal Reserve people are all mixed up in this. Ex-Federal Reserve people are all mixed up in Metallicus. You got a CEO of Metallicus is working at Bank Social. Oh, shit. Both of them are already Fed Reserve Partners, Fed Now. These are Fed Now, Fed Reserve, both these two. These are ready to go to make you rich. We are now over time. It's an hour and 5 minutes. This show's over. Let me check the comments here. We got Ben, 1973, member for 12 months. Ben, where the hell is the join the club at? Can somebody who joined, I don't know where it's at. Can somebody show Ben how you join the Millionaire Club? Like, somebody break it down. It's there. Keep looking. So, like, what do you do? Step one is what? Click on the dollar sign? Is that what you do? Like, right where the top chat is on the right, it shows like a dollar. Do you press that, or how do you do it? Under See Perks, look for membership. So you click the dollar sign, right? That's what I was asking. Number one, click dollar sign. Number two. Now, when I click the dollar sign, all I see are super stickers, super chat, membership gifting, and it doesn't allow me to do anything other than that. If I click super stickers, no, that's not it. What if I go to the far right and click the plus sign, not start a poll, members only live stream? No, that won't work. So I don't know. You guys aren't telling me how to do it. So Conchronium says, I'm on the app. I clicked Crypto Hawk's profile and scrolled all the way to the right. It said membership. There's an upgrade button. Oh. Let me go to my show. Let me go to my channel on YouTube. So I'm going to click on YouTube. Go view your channel. I'm going to click on live. Find my last video, which was this morning. And then see if I find it. I'm going to click the more button underneath the screen. I don't see it. Videos, show transcript. I see the Crypto Hawk Law Firm there and Caleb Brown. Up, down, promote. The three little dots. I don't see how to join my own fucking channel. Maybe I can't join it because I'm the one who has the channel. I don't know. I'll have to call. If one of my members has my phone number, call me up and explain it because I don't know how to join my own fucking channel if I wanted to. Okay, great. I'll give him a call today. All right. This show, there's an upgrade button, so I see to the right. It's to the right of posts. Oh. So let me do that. Let me go to my channel. Okay, I see. So you go to my main page where it shows Crypto Hawk and it has home, videos, shorts, live, playlists, posts, membership. You click on membership. You got member. Okay. So then there's like the arrow buttons. And it shows 100 plus member only videos, loyalty badges, connecting on social media, members only polls, exclusive members only videos. Then it shows members only live streams. So let me click that. Join this channel. Okay. You got entry level, 2024 crypto explosion. Then you got Crypto Hulk millionaires right there. Okay. So if I click that, then it says join. Okay, there you go. So that's how you do it. You go to my main page, and right where it shows home, video, shorts, live plays, you click on the membership. Then go down about 2 inches, and you go to the far right, and it says members only live stream. Then you click on that, and then you'll see Crypto Hulk millionaires. Click that, and then to the right, there's a blue button that says join, and then you click that right there. Okay. Got it. Thanks very much for helping me. I appreciate that. I don't join anybody else's channel. That's why I don't know that shit. And if you're already a member, it'll say like upgrade or something. Okay. Click on membership, then you click upgrade. Deuce Keller says, thanks, Crypto Hulk, for a solid show as usual. Everybody, I'm going to try to work on a morning show. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try, but thanks for showing up. You just invested in your future, and keep watching Crypto Hulk. Become a member, and let's get millionaire status.